Are you feeling like you're running on empty? As a working mum who's homeschooling alongside you, I've just recovered last week from feeling quite burnt out, run down, and unwell. So I felt it was a timely reminder for me to incorporate those self-care tips and some of the advice that I would like to share in this video. So stick around, we're going to be looking at 10 things that we can do as mothers and home educators to help prevent the burnout and to take care of ourselves. The first thing I'd like to acknowledge is that burnout is real and can happen to anyone. You are a devoted parent who is running a household and taking the leap to home educate your children. That does take a toll on us, physically, emotionally. Don't feel that you're alone. This can happen to everyone. So we really need to be safeguarding ourselves and developing self-care rituals to prevent it before it gets to that point. So burnout does not mean that you're failing. It probably means that you're giving everything to your children and to your home and leaving yourself on empty, which is really not what we want to do. We want to be raising our children from a full cup. We need to be giving to ourselves first so that we can give the overflow to our children and our partner. It's really important that we take care of ourselves as the number one. So we're kind of like at the top of the pyramid, and then we have our partner, our relationship with them, and then our children. We really need to have a solid foundation for our family to grow the best way that it can. And we do that by making sure that you, as the mother, is well looked after and cared for. Don't feel that you are failing if you need a break or you might be overstimulated or feel like giving up. You're not. It just means that you're giving everything to everyone else and running on an empty tank, and there's nothing much left for yourself. We need to flip that around and really do put ourselves first. I speak from experience. I'm really not good at that, but I feel I have to commit because with us running at a limited capacity, there's not a lot left over. And that's when the wheels can fall off and things can go pear-shaped very quickly. Or we may respond to situations in a negative way and be triggered more easily than how we may do if we have a regulated nervous system. So it's important to validate that you're not alone. This can happen to anyone, and we do need to put ourselves first. As hard as that is, but we do need to acknowledge that that's important. In home education, we don't need to overcomplicate things. So if you're getting to a point of burnout or exhaustion, keep things simple and maybe lower the bar of your expectations on yourself or on your children. They do feed off of how we're feeling. So if we're not having a great day, that's sometimes when they can act out or need more attention from us because they can feel our energy. If we're not regulated, then a lot of the time that can mean that our children are not regulated too. It's easy to feel like we need to do it all, but sometimes less is more, especially if you're in a bit of a low point and really not having a lot of energy reserves. Keep things simple and don't have such high expectations of yourself. You are doing an amazing job. You are being a loving, caring parent and doing the best for your children in the best way that you can with the resources that you have available. So don't be hard on yourself. Simplify things and have those realistic expectations on what you can achieve at this point in time. It doesn't mean that this is how things will be forever. It's just for this point in time, you might need to just take a step back and look after yourself. Instead of focusing on all of the subject areas, you might like to focus just on the core subjects or subjects that your children are really engaged in, them well, or do them to the best of your ability. And remember that learning is happening all of the time. So instead of doing structured lessons, you might feel that it's time to do some baking for the day or just go to the park and enjoy being outside in nature. That's totally okay. Don't feel that just because they're not sitting down with a pen and paper that they're not learning. They're actually learning more during the real world experiences and enjoying it a lot more too. And that's also developing your connection with one another as well. So free play is really important. Playing outdoors and independent play experiences are amazing for your children. So don't feel that home education has to be this perfect Pinterest-worthy setup. It really doesn't. Your children need you and they need you at your best. So you can pare it back, allow your children to have that free expression, and then when you feel that you've got more to give, things may look different. All of these simple experiences cultivate a well-rounded upbringing for your children and education for them. It's essential to incorporate breaks and some downtime into your day. Don't feel that you have to do back-to-back lessons, absolutely not. Go with the flow. If you're not really a morning person, don't feel that you have to start things straight away in the morning. Give yourself time to ease into the day, get your chores done, whatever your schedule may look like, or if you're working, however it may be. Incorporate flexibility into your day, and those breaks are really essential. Setting aside time for you to have a hot drink, to go for a walk as a family, let your children play outside, or do some free play while you're getting some jobs done, or while you are having some time to yourself. These breaks will really help to fill up your cup throughout the day and give your child some time to have a break as well. This will help to regulate you and your children and reset all of your energy. It doesn't have to be a long break, perhaps 10 minutes or so, however you feel will work, but do set out mini breaks throughout your day, which leads into really embracing the flexibility of home education. Don't feel that even if you have a set structure for the week or for the day that you have to stick to it. The best thing about homeschooling is that you can be fluid with it and go with what's working best for you and your children. If you've had a poor sleep the night before, or you have some important work that needs to get done and you don't feel that you can really concentrate on your child's homeschooling for the day or for the morning, allow yourself that flexibility to prioritize what needs to get done, and perhaps that is you taking a break. Working with your family's natural rhythms will really help to develop that routine that works best for you and your children. You can absolutely outsource where you can. Don't feel that you have to be delivering everything in the educational front. There are lots of people out there who can support you, and there are many online resources available as well. Some resources online that you could look into are Khan Academy and Outschool. These may be helpful resources for tutoring and lesson planning that could help. If you have support from family, or grandparents or friends, do reach out to them and ask for what you need. They may be able to come and watch the children for a couple of hours or a day. You can work out some jobs or chores that your children can help with, and this can help take the load off of you. So working together as a family unit for the best outcome for all of you. Don't feel that you have to do everything yourself. We want to be enabling our children to be independent. So developing those life skills and helping out around the house or in the garden is definitely beneficial for them, as well as for all of you working together as a family unit. As I mentioned earlier, really prioritizing you and your self-care is paramount. You might like to wake up a little bit earlier in the morning to have some alone time for yourself, to have a hot drink, get some things done, or just have some quiet time alone to do some meditation or stretching. That may be what works best for you, or it could be those mini breaks throughout the day that help, or perhaps on the weekends. That's time for you to really have a break, guilt-free, catch up with some friends, take a bath, go book yourself in for a massage. Really do whatever lights you up and brings that joy back to you, because we need you. We need our mums to be taken care of, especially our homeschooling mums. We don't want to get to the point of exhaustion. So really, before it's too late, look after yourself. Tune into what your body needs and feel into that. You may enjoy doing some journaling, or perhaps that's not your thing, but it could really help to get some more insights and to go a bit deeper and tune into your body and what you need at this time. A lot of the time we're really conscious about what our children are eating, making sure that they've got the best, most nutritious food and they're drinking throughout the day and they're well taken care of. But then what about us? It's important that we are drinking water through the day, having nutritious food as well, not giving ourselves just the scraps. We need to be taken care of and looked after, and we shouldn't feel guilty for that. Taking those sacred moments to have some quiet time or stillness, do some meditation or journaling can really help us to recharge and reconnect with ourselves, so that we're in a better position and state of mind to be giving the best to our children and our family. Finding your homeschool tribe and support network can make all of the difference along this journey. Finding your tribe who are walking this same path with you, who can relate, who you can have conversations with, share your challenges, share what's working well, can help you to know that you're not alone, that you are working together, and it's really trying to build that community vibe. Bring back the village to raise our children that we so dearly need and so dearly miss, because we can't do it alone. We do need people around us to support us, to accept help, to lean on and just to talk openly and to be ourselves with. Homeschooling can feel lonely if you're doing it alone. Do take that leap of faith. If you're a little bit introverted or feel nervous about connecting with people for the first time, know that it might be those awkward first few minutes or first encounters, but then in time things will get better. You'll start to develop friendships and be able to connect. Remember, you are homeschooling together and you do already have that in common. If you don't feel that you've found the right tribe, don't give up. There are lots of groups out there, so get online. Facebook seems to be a great platform for finding homeschooling communities. You can search for your local area and homeschooling groups and see what comes up there, or even homeschooling forums online. I've seen lots of mums putting out messages that they are looking to start a co-op or looking for what may be available in the local area. There are always new families who are delving into homeschooling. Leaning into your homeschool tribe can really support you as a home educating parent, and it's wonderful for our children to connect and make friends as well. Our homeschool catch-ups on our co-op days are certainly a highlight of our week, and I found the most amazing tribe. I don't know where I'd be without them. So do put yourself out there, find your tribe or start a new tribe. The right people will align with you. We just need to take that first step. Focusing on the connection that we are developing and building with our children is much more important than how perfect a lesson went or what the final outcome may have been. Developing a loving, nurturing relationship where your children can be themselves, where you can learn and grow together, is so much more important. Don't feel that you need to be staying up late at night to develop the most perfect lesson plan or to cut out and laminate the prettiest activities. Is not going to give your child what they really need. What they need from you is connection. They don't need a perfect mum. They don't need perfect activities or lessons. They need you at your best. You are enough just as you are. If you're really not feeling it for the day, if you're getting to that point of overwhelm, take a step back. Think about what you can do for your self-care, and maybe sit down with your child and read a book together. Have a cuddle on the couch. Do some cooking, go outside exploring. Don't feel that things have to be perfect. Learning is not perfect. Life is not perfect. At the end of the day, your connection and bond together is much more important than the activities you had planned or the things that your children are refusing to do. Developing that relationship with one another will help you move in leaps and bounds with your child's progress and learning. Focus on your connection with one another. Prioritize your time together. A lot of children just want their mums or dads to have a moment to play with them, read a book together, do something that you both enjoy, especially when you're getting to that point of being really tired and feeling that you don't have enough to give. So please don't stay up all night preparing the most perfect things. That's not what your child needs. Your child needs you at your best. Sleep well, eat well, take care of yourself, and then you'll have more to give and prevent those times of burnout. Learning to say no and not overcommitting is another big factor in our overwhelm or preventing that burnout. Sometimes we feel in home education that we have to do it all, that we have to be doing all of these extracurricular activities, to be covering so many different subjects or experiences for our children, and we really don't. It's not an ideal situation rushing out the door and having to be at certain places at set times because you've overcommitted to too many extracurricular activities, especially in the beginning when you're finding your way, and sometimes we feel that we have to be doing it all. You're not failing your children. They are doing enough. There's plenty of time to be exploring other extracurricular activities in the future. So perhaps it may be 1 or 2 things that you focus on in a term. I suggest not overstretching yourself. You don't have to go to every event or every co-op meetup. If you're really not feeling it that day, having a break or having a day off will give you that time to rest and re-energize and then be able to get back out there and enjoy those activities again with your children. My final point is remembering and highlighting your why of homeschooling. Why have you decided to home educate your children? If you haven't already written that down or done some journaling on it, perhaps that could be a great way to help you feel motivated to keep going and to not give up on those really hard days. You may like to revisit your why daily or weekly or whenever you're having a down day so that you can be reminded why you've decided to make this decision to home educate your children, which will give you that fuel and that fire to keep going And if you take into account the other suggestions I've discussed in the video, hopefully we can prevent that burnout, stop you from getting to that point of exhaustion or overwhelm, and nip things in the bud if you feel you're really getting run down. Take time to look after yourself, put yourself first so that you have more to give to your family and they can get the best out of you. You're not alone in this journey. I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. I'm here to support you. I'm really looking forward to connecting with like-minded, heart-centered homeschooling families and teachers who are on this journey alongside us. So do reach out, let's get connected. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them down in the comments below and I will certainly get back to you. I hope this video has inspired you to really put yourself first, to take care of you, and perhaps it's that motivation that you needed to book yourself in for a massage, go on holiday, do what you can to really take care of yourself. I look forward to connecting with you and to growing our tribe. I'll see you next time.